I don't know what I would do about that. Every week I tune in to get you, 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 you. Gear Chat University! This guy John G is insane! Chat, you! Alrighty then. Gear Chat University, we back, baby! Every week I tune in to Gear You. Welcome back to Gear Chat University. I am the professor, the El Capitan, Janji. I ain't got nothing for y'all this week. I'm drawing a blank here. I mean, this is Gear Chat. I had some stuff that I want to talk about, but I want to bring it in organically. I don't want to have I got some kind of like some thoughts that I want to talk about, but I want to organically put it in with some actual gear. So I just wanted to make this post for the purpose of just making a post and just having fun. One, two, comment in the chat. What do y'all want to talk about? What is it? What's the gear? Because this week I ain't really feeling, nothing really drew to me as far as like a buzz, like, So I don't know what it is that you guys, want to talk about. What's got you giddy? What's got you excited? What's really got you having fun with music this past week? Whatever that may be, whatever the topic is or the conversation is, I kind of feel like the TR8S is still the hottest topic, but this week just kind of felt, I ain't really feel nothing so much. And not so much as anything new, but just in general, like, the current thing that I'm tripping on is that I just found out that Apple is releasing a new iPad Pros, and I guess they're introducing a new entry level iPad to replace, I don't know if it's the mini or the 9.7 or whatever. So that's not really hot news, but that is some news from this week that I just got, and the reason why is affecting me because, as you know, I just recently got the Pro, and I'm like, I don't know, I'm not into that stuff like that. I waited, I don't know, it came out with an iPad Pro. This is my first iPad ever, so I initially thought I was going to get the mini a couple years ago, and I kept waiting, like, waiting for the right time, and the timing is definitely right. I thought I would have the mini last year, but then when I looked at the specs, I'm like, you know what? I'm thinking future. The Pro just has the better camera, and I'm really into the cameras. And yeah, I gotta go that route. I'm gonna have to bite this bullet and go that route because I'm thinking in the future. But had I known that a newer one is around the corner, probably for the same price, I would have waited. But it's kind of like damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like if you don't know, and I don't know if you guys have ever bought a phone not knowing, if you just not knowing that the new one is about to come out, and then you get it and you're just like, oh, if I don't know. And then a lot of times the price is the same. Like you just bought like last year's model. They ain't nobody saying nothing. They standing there selling it to you. Yeah, you want to buy this? Okay. Ain't nobody said nothing like, hey man, if you just, hold tight, cause the price don't drop until after it come out. So if you get it like on the last day, they ain't saying nothing to you. They standing there. You want to get it? Okay. Mm-hmm. Like you could have told me. Like that's bogus. Why you ain't fill me in? But anyways, yeah, like I said, comment about it, and then next week we'll go live and have some fun. Right now I'm just clowning around. Like I said, I really ain't really had no real good gear topic. I mean, I got some stuff that I want to talk about, but I want to kind of throw that in organically with some gear. One of them being, the top one being, what do young kids think about music? And what I mean by that, all this gear that's coming out, who buying it? Is it the 20-year-olds or is it the 40 and plus year olds? Like, how are the and that's what I mean by how do the young kids think about music? Like, how do they see it now versus how when we saw it versus how our parents saw it versus how maybe our grandparents maybe saw it with 8 tracks going to albums to cassettes to CDs to now streaming. So are the kids, because Fruity Loops or Fruity FL Studio, software, like that's how hits a whole genre of music is trap music is just done on you can back in the day you can get the software off LimeWire for nothing. I mean, so it's not like you need money to make music. So it's really about the grind and the hustle and just believing in yourself and just having a dope product and a dope with a vision and just having something people go, oh, okay. You really somebody told me years ago in business and music, you don't even have to be good. You can be garbage. All you gotta do is get out there and sell it. Now, you may not be around or whatever, but if you just get out there and work hard and you can sell back when you could sell out the trunk, if you can go and just do the math, 1,000 units, you sell at $10 a piece. Like that's ghetto gold, as they was calling it. Like, and it's real though. But you have to go out there and physically grind that hustle. And like I said, you don't even have to be good. And if you really want to hustle, at one point, I knew a group of cats who was going around selling CDs for $1. Literally. And there was music on there too. Like, so it's just all about you literally going out there and making the hustle. But how do the youth think about music in terms of music making? Is it predominantly done on software? Are the kids using the DJ controllers? Have they gone with just the laptop and that's it? Or are there some 19 or 15-year-old kids out there? Because remember, at one point at 15, when we were 15, there was no, you didn't have options like you have now. There's so many options and layers, not even just in how you make music, but just even in how you make music, there are so many options. But back when I was 15, even though I wasn't even thinking about making beats at 15, I was actually playing music at that time. At 15, was I playing? Actually, I was playing younger than that. By the time I got to high school, my high school was garbage when it came to music. But we could march, though. Our marching band they could march and drum line was official. But in terms of playing, my best days were in middle school. I mean, our middle school band was probably college level. Like, it was dope. It was really good. But anyways, yeah, so the options weren't what they are now. Like, yourself, you can make a hit on your cell phone. And a lot of people, I know a lot of y'all kind of like, I really ain't feeling that software stuff because you want tangibles. And I get it. I like tangibles too. I like them both. I like to have fun with however I can have fun. I love music. So however I can make it, I'll make it. It don't matter to me. Just let me see what I can do with it. Now, it may not be the best, but as long as I'm having fun and I can get some expression out. And it's a release. It's a way for me to, after a stressful day, to come home. And if you're feeling some kind of way, that's when you make that hard beat. Or if you're in a good mood, you make a melodic beat. Like, whatever. Like, for me, it's therapeutic. It has been music has been therapeutic and therapy in my life, whether it was making music or whether I'm listening to music. Certain music will, how they say it, set the mood. Certain things happen, like, I'm gonna turn this on, set the mood. You know what I'm saying? Set the mood real quick. Yeah, so just setting the mood, the music, it's just sonics. Sonics, that's all it is. It's just music. So it's the feel of it. For me, anyways, that is what it is for me. So music isn't necessarily a job. See, some people have it as a job, and I feel like at that point, anything that's a job where it becomes mundane, I think you have to have some other release. Then, like, if all you did is music all day, then you can't release music by doing more music. after a while, all of this timing and numbers, it starts to get like, my head finna explode. I'm getting tired of counting and all of this. It's almost like, I don't know if you ever did a lot of reps, but sometimes I get tired of it's the counting that gets repetitive. Like, I'm tired of counting 10 and whatever. But that continuous thing, like, I gotta release. I gotta just take a step back. And so when I was really, in my youth, when I was really making, 10 beats every day, for a spell, then I take a break. Then I would just totally like, I don't even want to hear no rap music. I don't want to hear none of this crap. It's all garbage to me right now because I'm tired of hearing it. Let me hear something else. Let me hear some jazz. Let me just switch it up completely. Let my ears hear something different. I want to hear something that's not what I've been working on all the time. So imagine if this is your job, then there are going to be times, or I imagine a lot of times, when you reach these points where it's like, okay, I gotta do this again. However, for me, it's been therapeutic, and so you have so many ways to express yourself now. Whether it's mobile, whether it's a gear, however you like to do it, doesn't matter. And it's kind of like this. It's the whole beef. I believe I would say this. I was kind of in it at one point. You know how Android, Apple. Having to you got to pick a side, whatever. Then one day, I'm like, why both? Why are we? And that just changed. Once I did that on the cell phone side, it kind of changed everything. So when it came down to, was it push, or is it MPC, or is it machine? How about both? How about that? Instead of and or. And then what's going to happen, what I find is that reality will then tell you who you are, which one may gravitate. You may gravitate more towards one than the other. You may find yourself, oh, okay, really? I like, this is what I like on both of them, but this is the one that I use the most. I mean, I'm having the most fun. It's going to be a reality that chances are you're not going to use both pieces 50% of the time, equally. However, the reality will come that whichever one you will like the most and be that. But the whole, this and that, So whatever. I'm kind of rambling. I'm just letting it flow. I'm letting it flow through me, people. If you're saying to yourself, what the hell is he talking about? Look, I'm not crazy, although I am crazy. I'm a genius, and geniuses are crazy. You got to know this, people. I'm just letting it flow right now. So, like I said, that was one of my topics, is kids, the youth. How do they view it, think it? I don't know who you are right now watching this, but if you're 15, yeah, you probably on the internet right now. How you got the John G TV? I don't know. But if you there, let me know. How are you making music, young lady, young man? How are you getting down with the music? Are you apping it? Are you the app king? Are you the app queen? Y'all got just 1,000 apps and y'all getting it in like that? Or are you picking and choosing certain gear to play with? So, like I said, put in the comments what y'all want to talk about. And then next week, we'll try and go live, and what I'm saying, let it go from there. Hopefully I have some gear to play with. That's what the advantages of having faders would do for you. You can start doing. I will talk about this piece of gear. This right here is the the Boss, which is still rolling, but Boss, what is the 505? The RC 505 loop station. Let me just say that sometimes you just don't know who you are. And I think this is who I really am. Y'all probably know it. John G, this is like, I didn't even know it, man. And I'm not going to talk about the story of this yet. I want to save it because it's a real good story behind. It's a real good story behind the 505, and I got to we gotta take a time out. We gotta take a break, commercial break. This was brought to you by me. Hi, I'm Kurt Martin. Check me out at Sweetwater.com. So one day we're gonna get into that because it's a real good story behind this particular piece of gear, and because of such, I have some indebtedness, slightly, not really, but I'm gonna shout them out always. If you like, man, I ain't got nothing official with Sweetwater yet. However, one day I'm working on something. We gonna do something. I just gotta put in more work, and you know what I'm saying. We'll get there one day. But right now, there's a real good story behind this piece of gear, and I'm gonna share it with y'all one day. But this is the Boss RC505, and in my opinion, this is probably the best. Sorry for the shaking. In my opinion, this is probably the best looper you can get. And if you want to argue that, it's definitely one of, because 5 tracks, obviously continuous looping on every one. And the thing that I love the most or the best about it is that you can take them and drag them right into live and further their production there. So that's dope to be able to put it there and then perform it and so on and so forth, and then build your song and all of that good stuff. The effects that are if you know Boss pedals, okay, those effects are in the looper, and it's a dope tool. They have I believe a 3 something or 2 something that's 2-track, I believe they have, that's smaller, so it's just 2 tracks that does the same thing. And I have never used the one by Electro Harmonics, but every time I look at it, and they want more money for that one than this one, every time I look at it, I'm like, it's basic. It doesn't do what you can do on this one. It doesn't have the same functionality. So I really love that looper. One day, don't quote me on when, but one day I get into a real review of it. But it's a dope looper. Just trust me, take my word on it. It's a dope looper. However, which one you get, the 505 or the 202 or 205. I think it's called 202, something like that. They're both good loopers. But yeah. John G TV. This is Gear Chat University. As we listen to the sounds of the theme song. Till next time, people, I hope you have a good week of music making. I look forward to hanging out with y'all. Light them out. Fade to black. Yeah. Every